You muted. No, you froze. Second time around. See, you froze again.
Second time around with Smokey and Tammy.
Yeah!
Hey friends, I'm Smokey.
And I'm Tammy.
And welcome to
Second time around 7.
Wow. Second time around 7. On this episode of Second Time Around 7, we are talking about self-care. And with self-care, we're going to talk about what we can do as parents and family members and what we do for ourselves. And then for couples care, we will talk about
things you can do to help keep the romance alive in your marriage and your relationship, and help focus on the couple itself and not everybody else.
Wow. And that's so important. Thank you. All right. So let's get into it. Let's get it. Let's go. Man, with this today, we're going to talk about different types of self-care. And with the self-care that we will talk about first, we'll talk about personal self-care.
Mm-hmm.
What does personal self-care look like? To me, personal self-care is the typical grooming things that you see. You know, we've been in a cave a long time, 365 days for some of us,
mm-hmm.
and now it's time we're going back out in public. The sweatpants that we wore in the house for 2 days and 3 days in a row is no longer appropriate in public. Going outside without our hair being groomed, without our
going on camera without your makeup on,
going in the streets without your nails done, ladies. And some gentlemen, or just coming on camera with dirty nails, or just being in public with dirty nails. So personal self-care is just taking care of self. Next, I'd like to talk about physical self-care. Tammy, what can we do for physical self-care?
You know, all your doctors want to tell you to exercise 30 minutes a day, 3 to 5 days a week. I mean, I feel like I'm active, but I don't have a set ritual or schedule for exercise for 30 minutes a day, every day, or at least 3 times a week.
Right. I think our physical self-care is running in behind our grandkids.
Right.
That's our
3 days a week.
That's our physical self-care right there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, setting aside time where you can do things that'll take care of yourself, I think is a great aspect of physical self-care.
Drinking your water, eating a balanced diet as well is, that helps. That helps with physical self-care. So you got to make sure that you're getting your fruits and your vegetables, your 64 ounces at least of water a day in our fridge. I know that's hard for you, but for me, I find it quite easy. I chug water all day long.
What about the sugar intake?
What about it?
Is it good for me?
Some sugar is fine.
Some sugar is fine. Come here, sugar. Some sugar is fine. But that processed sugar, let's scale it back. Let's dial it back just a little bit.
Exactly.
Also, with physical health care, are we getting adequate sleep?
Oh, that's so important. I definitely have a sleep timer set on my phone, like 9:30 p.m. that I should be in bed, ready to shut it down. Now, granted, Smokey and I may not fall asleep until after 10 or 11 o'clock. Right. He falls asleep a whole lot easier than I do. I did triage for years. And so I feel like I'm a light sleeper. And so my rest is disturbed very easy. So definitely trying to get the 7 to 9 hours of sleep a day as an adult is important. And even for the children, at least 8 hours of sleep, 8 to 10 hours of sleep, I think is what's recommended for youth.
Good point. So next, I would like to ask the question is your diet fueling your body well? Is my diet fueling my body well? Is what we're taking in making the process of our body well? And that, again, speaks to the sugar aspect. If we're eating a lot of sugar, polyhydrated food.
You know what polyhydrated food is?
No.
Okay.
What is that?
Well, you say poly is many, hydrated is liquefied. I mean, that's just a lot of
many liquefied food.
I don't know if you would consider juicing, and folks, if I'm wrong, feel free to put it in the comments.
Right.
But would juicing be considered polyhydrating? I don't know. I don't know. But I think a balanced diet, following the food guide pyramid. I know there's people out there that will participate. A good friend of mine, she does juicing. She doesn't. She's, how can I put this? She juices. She does it for a good week or two. She does eat a meal at least once a day, and then she takes a break from it. So it's not her only means of nutritional intake. And you have people that are vegetarians, vegans, whatever they want to call them. What do you call the ones, the pescatarians that, they'll eat fish. I think if you're following the food guide pyramid, that's probably just the most healthy way to ensure you're getting what your body needs. And I know folks like to take supplements. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with supplements. We need our vitamin D as Black folks. Here in Maryland, it's a high-low vitamin D count for the African Americans in the Maryland area. So, and it's because of where we fall along on the equator. So if we're not getting that sun, we got to take our supplements. Go ahead. What was you going to say?
Good. You said something that confused me just a little bit. I just wanted to slow it down. Slow it down.
My bad.
You said high, low vitamin D.
We have a high rate of low vitamin D levels in the African American community in this state.
Gotcha. Okay, very good. And that's what I thought I understood you to say, but I just wanted to make sure. All right. Are we taking charge of our health?
So, like in our last podcast, I was saying how it's time to go ahead and start scheduling your physicals, getting back into the appointments with your specialists. If you see specialists for any chronic care management, making appointments with your dentist, things like that, things you would have done pre-pandemic to take care of your body and your physical health. It's time to start getting back into that swing of it. So,
all right. And then we have social self-care. And since we're starting to open back up into the public, and like Maryland has just opened back up to opening restaurants and
50% capacity.
And, right, to 50% capacity, our social aspects need to be put back into check. And I'm trying to be careful how I say this, because we can make face behind our mask and people can't see it. But once the masks are removed, you still need to have that social interaction. Like I was in the store the other day, and I said hello to the clerk in the store before they greeted me. And then I said, have a nice day before, and they didn't respond. So, that social aspect is something that we have to get used to again.
So do you think this these video conferences has, what's the word I'm looking for? Definitely affected our manners.
Wow.
Our manners and the way that we communicate, because now people will have a meeting and all the cameras are off. Every meeting I went to today, everybody's camera was off.
Wow.
And I turned mine on, and first thing they said was, "Oh, you have your camera on." Like, hey, it's up to you.
Right.
If you don't want to turn it on, don't turn it on. But just know I'm here. I did my hair, and I don't mind having my camera on.
Good point. And that's a very good point, because that's the social aspect that we've lost a bit of in this Zoom online world that we've turned into. And we have to live with it, because it's going to be a part of our history from now on. But the question is, are we getting enough face-to-face time with our friends?
I get enough face-to-face time.
Ooh, hey, friend.
Hey, friend.
All right. So, like if you do have that friend that's an introvert and they like to do things by themselves, it's really been a trying time for those people, even for the extroverts that are usually outgoing and the life of the party. If there's no party, then what are you the life of? Am I making sense?
Yeah. Hopefully. I mean, my clique, we got together around the holidays. We try to get together right at the end of the year, and we haven't done anything since. And we're planning a brunch this coming Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. I don't go to brunch. I don't think I've ever been to a brunch, so I'm looking forward to it. And Smokey, you're more than welcome to join us.
Oh, I'm gonna be a fly on the wall. I'm like,
right, because you're a good time, and the girls love you. So I mean,
right.
It is what it is. But I'm looking forward to it. Do I have to get together every weekend? No, and that's probably because we have each other.
Right.
But as far as just getting that girl time, that something other than my husband, yeah, right. I'm looking forward to it.
I can dig it. All right, so that answers my next question that I had.
Oh, actually. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Something outside of Zoom.
Oh.
Because when we socialize, with a larger family, we do it on Zoom.
Right. True.
And I miss being in the same room with everybody, watching the kids interact and cooking, just having a good time. It doesn't lose its luster on Zoom, but the in-person is missed. And
gotcha.
So hopefully it'll change.
And that speaks to what are we doing to nurture our relationship with family and friends, and that's just what you spoke to. And one other thing that I'd like to add for those that maybe haven't, because board games are like out the window now, but there are other games online that you can play as a family. I remember one. Like they're
not paying us, so don't say the name out there.
Okay, I'm not gonna say the name.
Okay.
But it was a
online game
that was good, and we had a party. That's what I'm gonna say.
we had a party in the house.
We had a party that was around
online.
The house. Yes.
That everybody, if you had a device, even the children played with us, grabbed their devices, and it was easy enough for them to play along.
It was so fun. It was so fun. All right. So mental self-care is the other aspect. So we talked about physical, we talked about social, and then we're going to talk about mental health care.
Okay.
Mental self-care. We need to make sure that we're making enough time for our activities that mentally stimulate us.
You mean like my search word books that I keep in the bathroom?
Yes, the search word books, and not just ratchet reality television.
The Inquirer.
Don't get me wrong. I love a good ratchet reality review, but if that's what's consuming most of our day, as opposed to reading a book or reading the Word of God, you have to have that delicate B word, which is balance. Next, are you doing proactive things that help you stay mentally fit?
What?
Mentally healthy. Like you said, the crossword puzzle book, because that stimulates your mind. A Sudoku book. Anything that... Sudoku, tomato, potato.
I don't play that game. It's okay.
Horseshoes.
Crossword.
Go out in the backyard, throw some horseshoes. My man Marcus know about horseshoes, but him and Willie, Deacon Willie, Elder Walker, they get never mind. It's a whole competition, y'all. Hey, Joe Hedgeman, I'm calling you out. Yes, I use your whole government name. I'm calling you out. You want this horseshoe game? Let's go. All right.
Okay. I'm sorry. What that's for mental health?
Oh, that was mental health. Okay.
Okay. So and then even for those that are working, okay, I would hope that you were able to maintain employment during this time, and if not, then looking for something else to do. If it's not in the same field, there's nothing wrong with a little variety and picking up something different to do, and learning something new. I just finished my PhD program in November, and I'm already like, can I get another one? What could I do? What could my degree, my next degree, my double doctorate be? So just having that thrive, that desire to want to grow and enhance what you already know, what you already have locked up in your head.
Wow.
That helps with your mental, I think your mental exercise and your mental care is just trying to stay sharp and keep up with the times. And again, like you said, reading the Bible, and just, I don't even know, helping the children with their homework, because they do that new math.
That new math is a mug. MUG.